Hi YouTube! I just want to do a quick update for this cycle, or cycle number 2. Evie says hi. Look how big he's getting. Look at this little belly on this guy. He says, Mama, don't. I'm so conscious. Look, it's not cuddle time. It's play time. It's not cuddle time. It's play time. Anyways, so we're on our second cycle. I can't believe I'm already back in 2-week wait. It's so weird. Seems like I just did this like 2 weeks ago. I guess it has been like a month. Just to kind of give you the timeline of things. Today's cycle day 15. I started taking the OPKs around cycle day 9 or 10. The first 2 days were, obviously negative. And then cycle day 13, by the end of it, the test I took that night was, it was kind of like the one I posted a picture of last cycle, where it was like not really sure. It was kind of like on the fence or whatever. But and the same thing happened this cycle again, where I woke up the next morning and I had a really clearly obvious positive test. And I'll show you guys that one. It's been a few days since I took it, so it's evaporated. But it was positive, within the window of time, but this is what's left of the line, and I'll post a picture. You can see how dark that first line is. And then I assumed that was that, because by the end, I took another test that same day, or I guess it was last night, yeah, Sunday night, and, this is the result. So it was like, I thought, so my LH shortage was over because it was already starting to go back, but it must have just been really diluted urine, because I woke up this morning and took another test. Well, I took 2 today, and I got this bad boy of a line right there. Yeah, it's really dark, so my test is still positive. And then I took one just like a couple hours ago, and it's still positive. So I don't know what the heck that means, because the thing that makes it really confusing is that I already had my temp shift. I woke up this morning, and assuming my thermometer is not absolutely crazy, I had my temp shift, which means I would have ovulated at least yesterday. It's kind of hard to tell because I didn't temp yesterday. We were having a garage sale over the weekend, and I didn't have time to worry about it. I just hopped out of bed and had to go set up the garage sale. I didn't, even have time to do that. So I suppose I could have had a temp shift yesterday, but I really don't think that's the case. That would just make this that much more confusing if I ovulated on Saturday instead. So I'm assuming I ovulated yesterday. I had my dry up yesterday, which also, if you follow the FAM rules, it's Saturday would have been my peak day. So yeah, it would all point towards ovulation happening yesterday. But if that's the case, what's really confusing me is I thought ovulation tests were supposed to predict ovulation. Like if you get a positive, that means you're going to ovulate in the next 24 to 48 hours. So the fact that they're still positive kind of weirds me out, because the same thing kind of happened last cycle, where by the time I actually got the positive test, it was ovulation probably had already happened, or was happening that exact day. Maybe the hormones just taking some more time to metabolize and, go into my urine and all that stuff. I don't really know. I looked around online to see if anybody else had the same kind of situation, and I did find a few other people who were like, asking questions on forums, is it normal to have a positive test during or even after ovulation? And I guess a few women said that the same thing had happened to them too. Some women can ovulate twice in one cycle, and from my knowledge of double ovulation, it happens, the second egg's released within 24 hours of the first one. But I don't have a history of twins on my side of the family at all. I can't even think of one case of twins. So yeah, that's about all I got. I miss doing updates. I wish I had more to update about. That's the hard thing about having to do this cycle after cycle is, between the first 2 weeks, there's not really much to say because I'm just waiting to ovulate, and thankfully I'm one of those women who ovulates within a couple weeks of having my period. So, I'm not I don't have long cycles. I mean, there's not really much to say, and I really don't want to get into posting logs with every little symptom that does come up in the next like week or so, just because the more I focus on it, I might kind of tend to imagine things that aren't there. I would feel pretty stupid if I was just like feeling like I was having all these symptoms and telling everybody about it and then ending up not being pregnant, because that would just be stupid. But yeah, if there's anything significantly different than what I normally go through for like PMS, I will let you guys know. And for those of you who are interested, I'm going to post a link to my Ovusoft chart for all you charters that just kind of want to check it out. And if you're just curious about any symptoms or anything that's going on with, you know, as far as like if there's any implantation dip and spotting or that kind of thing, since I probably won't make an actual video update unless there's something that we are more sure about. So if you want to just kind of like chart stalk me, that's cool. I'm not even really too concerned about my ovulation date at this point, just because I know that it's happened. It's a matter of like whether it happened today or yesterday. So, or both. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna have twins. It's just really not important. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. The deeds are done. Oh yeah, and one more thing I want to tell you guys. Whenever I go back to watch my video before I post it, if I do any editing or anything, one thing that always really annoys the crap out of me about my videos is my tongue ring. I got my tongue pierced like 4 years ago. Yeah, 4.5 years ago. Obviously it was just like a fun little teenage thing to do, and honest to God, a lot of times I forget I even have my tongue pierced, just because I've gotten so used to eating with it and talking with it and all that. But when I watch my videos and I can like see it every now and then, it just like really bugs me. And yeah, so it fell out the other night, the little ball that holds it in, and I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna leave it out, and it's most likely gonna close up. And yeah, so that's that. So if I'm annoying you less, that's probably why. See? So that's about all I got for now. We'll just keep y'all updated.